What if I told you that right now, as you're listening to these words, there's another version of you living the life you've always dreamed of? It's not science fiction or a fantasy, it's physics, it's consciousness, it's possibility. We tend to think that our reality is fixed, stable, and unchanging, but the truth is far deeper and more magical. Your reality, as you know it, is just a frequency, and like any frequency, it can change, shift, and transform. This video is an invitation to explore one of the most powerful ideas in modern spirituality and quantum physics, the quantum leap. It's a technique, a vision, an experience that allows you to break free from the limits of time, space, and identity. It's a practice that gives you direct access to parallel universes where you're already living the life you dream of. It's not about thinking positively or repeating empty affirmations. It's about deeply understanding that reality isn't changed by simply wanting it. It's changed by transforming who you are. In the next few minutes, we'll explore the true meaning of the quantum leap together. We'll uncover what makes it possible, where it comes from in ancient wisdom, how it works on the deepest level of your consciousness, and how to use it practically to create the life you want. We'll discuss the power of advanced visualization, connecting with your alternate self, the collapse of time, and how to activate the version of you that already lives in abundance, purpose, and peace. You don't need to create something new. You just need to align with the version of yourself that exists on a different frequency. Get ready for a journey that goes beyond thought, towards vibration, beyond the physical, into the quantum. This isn't content meant just to entertain you. It's a key to awakening. So let me ask you, are you ready to make the leap? Even though the term quantum leap may sound modern, influenced by particle physics, its essence is as old as time itself. Ancient cultures and the keepers of secret knowledge have always understood that reality isn't one-dimensional. It's full of possibilities. They knew that the universe is a living field of potential, and that humans at a certain level of consciousness can transcend their current state and access a new way of being. In ancient Egypt, the priests of Thoth taught that the universe was mental, vibrational, and shaped by the will and vision of the soul. Through initiation, disciples didn't just gain knowledge, they experienced an energetic shift, a transformation that moved them to a new spiritual identity. What we call today a quantum leap, they saw as the transmutation of the K, a subtle energy body connecting all timelines of being. Mystics of the East, especially in Hinduism and Tantric Buddhism, spoke of siddhis, spiritual powers that activate when one unites deeply with their higher self. One of these siddhis was bilocation, the ability to consciously exist in multiple states at once. Isn't that a quantum leap in itself? In the Corpus Hermeticum, ancient texts attributed to Hermes Trismegistus, it said, "You are the creator of your own universe. What you think and feel is what manifests." This statement perfectly captures the essence of the quantum world. Consciousness causes the collapse of possibilities. The initiates knew that to change their world, they first needed to change themselves. Ancient Gnostic texts also spoke of awakening in the dream of the world and remembering the other versions of ourselves that exist beyond matter. These texts, hidden for centuries, reveal a surprisingly modern understanding of parallel realities, overlapping dimensions, and a soul that can choose its experiences through recognizing its divine origin. Even now, quantum physics confirms what the ancients knew. Matter isn't solid, reality isn't fixed, and the observer affects what is observed. The principle of quantum superposition says that an electron can exist in multiple states at once until it's observed. The quantum field is like an infinite soup of possibilities, waiting to collapse into a defined form. What determines this? Your frequency, your internal state, your consciousness. So, a quantum leap isn't an event that happens outside of you. It's a deep vibrational shift. It's about changing your frequency to align with another version of reality where you're already the person you want to become. You don't need to change the world around you. You just need to tune into a different frequency. That's why when people say they can't change their life, or that they're stuck by fate, they're forgetting an ancient truth. You're not stuck in your reality. Your reality is stuck in you. And this is where the magic of the quantum world happens. By changing your vibration through thought, emotion, intention, and action, you can unlock another timeline, another universe, and consciously step into it. In the next section, we'll dive deeper into how a quantum leap works. We'll break down step by step how it's about resonance, not effort. A quantum leap isn't a physical act, a stroke of luck, or a gradual change. It's a break in the energy flow of your being. It's the moment you stop holding on to your old self and fully embrace a new vibrational identity. Imagine you're a radio station. The reality you experience is the frequency you're broadcasting. If you want to hear a different kind of music, you don't need a new radio, you just need to adjust the dial. That's how the quantum leap works. It doesn't change what's outside, it changes who's tuning in. So how does this shift happen? Every quantum leap begins with a crisis or revelation, a moment when something inside you can no longer hold the old story. It could be a major turning point, a sudden awakening, or a decision that comes from deep within your soul. This moment creates instability, and your old self begins to fall apart. The fears, habits, beliefs, and limitations of your former identity no longer fit. You feel you must let go, but you're not sure what you'll be after. This is the fertile ground for the quantum leap, the creative void where everything is possible. In this stage, it's important to understand that the goal is not to do more, but to be different. This is where many people get stuck. They try to create a new reality with the same old mindset. But the change doesn't happen through logic. It comes from a shift in energy. You don't manifest what you want. You manifest who you are. To make a quantum leap, you need to decide to let go of the version of yourself that can't have what you desire and start thinking, feeling, and acting as if you already have it. One of the biggest insights in this process is realizing that the version of you who already lives the life you dream of exists right now. In the quantum field, all possibilities are available. There's a version of you that is already free, successful, whole, healthy, and abundant. You don't need to create this version, you just need to align with it. How? Ask yourself, how does this version of you think? What does it feel like to wake up? How does it move through the world? How does it express itself? What does it say yes to, and what does it say no to? When you start to live in alignment with these answers, you create a vibration that connects you to that future reality. The more you hold that vibration, the quicker that reality begins to show up in your life. One of the biggest misconceptions about the quantum leap is thinking it's a gradual process. It's not. It's not about making progress step by step, but about shifting your consciousness in a single leap. It's a leap of faith, a decision to let go, and an act of living that truth all at once. It's like turning on a light in a dark room. You don't have to fight the darkness. You simply let the light shine. Similarly, when you choose to vibrate as your expanded self, the old version of you fades away and a new reality begins to emerge. In the first part of this explanation, we've learned that the quantum leap happens when you shift who you are, not just your surroundings. It happens when you embrace your creative power and step into a new frequency that goes beyond logic, the past, or your circumstances. Next, we'll look at the hidden challenges, common mistakes, and overlooked elements that stop many people from maintaining their leap, and how to make it permanent. While a quantum leap may feel like a quick, sudden shift, almost like a flash of consciousness, It's really just the beginning. The real challenge is sustaining that leap, living in it, and fully embodying it. This is where many people stumble, not because they lack power, but because they lack understanding. The truth is, the quantum leap doesn't end with the leap itself. What follows is a subtle, deep, and often tough process where the old version of you will try to pull you back. Your body, mind, and energy field are filled with memories. Even after you decide to make the leap, certain emotions, thoughts, or old patterns might resurface, not as punishment but as a test. Your system, by habit, will want to return to the comfort zone, to what's familiar, because that's how it's been programmed. The ego resists the leap, not because it wants to stop you, but because it's designed to protect you in a predictable environment. A quantum leap breaks that predictability. This is where you need to be strong. Every time doubt, fear, or old behaviors pop up, don't just push them away. Acknowledge them as part of your old self and choose to act differently. A common mistake people make during a quantum leap is expecting to see results before maintaining the new vibration. The universe doesn't respond to what you see. It responds to what you hold on to, even when it's not visible. A quantum leap requires faith, not blind faith, but an internal certainty that comes from connecting with your expanded self. The mistake is thinking, "I'll feel abundant when the money shows up," or "I'll trust when I see results." But that kind of thinking doesn't apply here. The quantum leap works in a non-linear way. First, you embody it, then it happens. Holding that vibration is the test. Those who succeed do so not because they're waiting for a reward, but because they've already become the version of themselves who doesn't need external proof to know who they are. After the leap, you may notice signs of conflict in your environment, people who no longer resonate with you, situations that fall apart, paths that close. This doesn't mean you've failed. It means your new frequency is starting to break down the old structures. Anything that no longer matches your energy will begin to surface. It's a process of vibrational cleansing. Yes, it can be painful and confusing, but it's necessary because you can't live in a new timeline while carrying the baggage of the old one. Many people do powerful visualizations, say affirmations, and feel deeply. But when they open their eyes, they act like their old selves. This is one of the most subtle mistakes people make. A quantum leap isn't just a moment of inspiration. It's a decision to embody the new version of yourself. Every word, choice, thought, and habit must align with your new self. This requires presence, not effort, but true presence. When you speak like your new self, make decisions like your new self, eat like your new self, love like your new self, your vibration becomes grounded. And when that happens, your reality has no choice but to reflect that change. After your leap, there may be a gap, a period when it feels like nothing is changing. This is when the old paradigm will try to make you doubt yourself. But during this time, something important is happening. It's the process of energetic realignment. It's like planting a seed. You won't see the flower right away. The leap has already happened. It's just taking time to fully manifest. Don't rush it. Trust the process. The quantum leap is a vibrational choice, but integrating it into your life is a daily spiritual practice. It takes courage, consistency, and above all, love for the new version of yourself. Because when you truly love who you are now, you stop romanticizing who you once were. And in that quiet, consistent love, the universe shifts and the magic unfolds. In the next section, we'll dive into how to practically apply this leap to your daily life, your routines, relationships, decisions, and actions. A quantum leap isn't about escaping life. It's the highest way to live it. Now that you understand what a quantum leap is, how it works, and the challenges it brings, it's time to apply this knowledge to your everyday life. The real leap doesn't happen in some distant, mystical place. It happens in the small, unseen moments when you make different choices, act as your higher self, and maintain your new frequency, even when the world hasn't yet reflected it. Here's how you can start using the quantum leap in key areas of your life with clarity and awareness. First, create a vibrational routine, not just a practical one. Many people live by reacting to the world. They wake up, check their phones, rush to work, repeat their habits, and vibrate at the same frequency as yesterday. Your new reality won't manifest in an energy field filled with the same old patterns. Create a quantum morning routine. Spend 10 minutes in visualization. Imagine your day from the perspective of the person you want to be. Say aloud, "I am already the person I choose to be." Feel the emotions of success before you even leave your house. Do this every morning. Your morning sets the tone for your energy field. Second, act from the self that has already achieved what you want. Ask yourself constantly, what would my quantum self do in this situation? If you want abundance, don't act from scarcity. If you desire love, don't speak or accept anything from a place of lack. If you want freedom, don't make decisions out of fear. Every action you take should be a confirmation of your new vibration. It's not about pretending. It's about living as though you already are that expanded version of yourself. Third, use your words as an anchoring tool. Your words are powerful. Every time you say, "I can't," "It's too hard," or "Let's see what happens," you're feeding your old self. Speak as though you've already manifested your desires. Say, "I am expanding. Everything flows effortlessly toward me. I already am, and I recognize it." Repeat these statements, not to convince yourself, but to remind yourself of your true potential. Fourth, surround yourself with supportive energy. Your vibrational field is influenced by what you consume, what you watch, what you listen to, and the people you're around. Your environment either mirrors your new frequency or keeps you stuck in the old one. Begin by healing your external reality. Clean up your social media feed. Listen to music that lifts your energy. Speak with people who inspire you, not those who drag you down. If you can't change your environment right away, create an internal sanctuary. Sometimes all it takes is a special space, a candle, a notebook, and your intention to shift your energy. Fifth, celebrate before you see the results. One of the most powerful practices is to celebrate in advance. Why wait for the result to be grateful? Celebrate as if it's already happened. Toast, dance, be thankful. The universe responds to the state you're already in, not the outcome you're waiting for. Make celebration a ritual to anchor the leap, reminding yourself that your new reality is already on its way. Keep a notebook where you only write from the perspective of your manifested self. Don't write about problems or complaints, only decisions, thoughts, and visions from the person you've already become. This practice helps reprogram your mind and solidifies the frequency of your quantum leap in your life. In short, applying a quantum leap to your daily life doesn't require you to change the world around you. It only requires you to change who you are within it. Because when you change, everything else changes with you. In the next section, we'll wrap up this journey with a final reflection and invite you to become not just a spectator of your reality, but its conscious creator. Now you understand that a quantum leap isn't just some esoteric fantasy or spiritual trend. It's a deep truth, a natural ability within everyone who dares to remember their own power. It's not about changing what you see, it's about changing the perspective from which you see it. Your reality is not separate from you. It's a direct projection of your inner state. Every thought, every emotion, every decision opens or closes invisible doors to different versions of your future. You are not the effect of your past. You are the vibrational cause of your present and the architect of your infinite future. You've learned that there's already a version of you living the life you desire. You've seen that true transformation happens when you choose to embody that frequency, even if the outside world hasn't caught up yet. And you've realized that the real challenge isn't making the leap. It's maintaining it with consistency, self-love, and inner faith. This is the mastery of the new human. Become a conscious creator of your destiny, not a victim of circumstance. Stand firm in the energy of the person who's already crossed the threshold. And if you ever doubt yourself, if the world doesn't reflect your new energy yet, or if your old identity tries to make a comeback, just breathe. Remember that the quantum field doesn't respond to your fear or impatience. It responds to the certainty of the frequency you hold. The universe doesn't respond to your desires. It responds to the decisions you make. So this is your moment. Don't wait for another day, another year, or for everything to fall into place. Take the leap today. Feel like it's already done. Act as though you're already the expanded version of yourself, and the universe will respond. If this message resonates with you, subscribe to keep exploring the hidden laws of being and the cosmos. Like this video to share this information with others who are ready to awaken, and share it with those who are on the verge of their own leap. Remember, you're not waiting for your new reality to come to you. It's waiting for you to step up and become the person who can receive it. Your time is now. Your leap is today, and you're already ready. Have you ever felt a lump in your throat for no clear reason? A subtle, steady pressure right where your voice turns into sound, like something inside you knows you haven't said what really matters yet. This isn't just a physical feeling. It's an energetic signal, a hidden key the ancients understood, but most of us have forgotten today. The throat is more than just a passage for speech. It's an energy gateway. Think of that knot not as a nuisance, but as a door. Behind that tightness is a powerful flow of creativity, truth, and life energy, just waiting to be set free. This isn't just another video about relaxation techniques. It's an invitation to a quiet rite of passage, a chance to reconnect with a part of yourself that's been waiting for permission to come forward. The old sages taught that what we don't express gets twisted inside us. The words we hold back, the cries we quiet, the ideas we keep silent, they don't disappear. They build up in our subtle body, especially at the throat, where the so-called fifth chakra, or center of truth, lives. And what if I told you there's a specific breathing method that can dissolve that knot? Not just relax the area, but release the stuck energy and turn it into creative power, clarity, and healing. What's blocked can become a source of strength. Your inner voice doesn't need a stage, it just needs space. In this video, I'll show you how to tap into this ancient practice, a breathing technique that not only frees the throat, but awakens your inner energy. We'll explore the mystery of this energy center, its link to your deepest self, and how opening it can change not just your voice, but your whole life. Along the way, we'll dive into its philosophical roots, spiritual symbolism, and most importantly, how to use it in your life. Because knowledge without practice is just dusty ideas. Get ready to feel, remember, and let go, because your truth can't stay locked away any longer. It's ready to come out from silence straight to soul. In ancient wisdom traditions, the voice wasn't just a tool for talking. It was sacred. In Egypt, the word Heka meant living magic. In Vedic India, the throat chakra was called Vishuddha, the purifier, where the soul begins to express itself through form. For Taoists, the voice was the flow of original breath connecting the heart to the cosmos. In every culture, the energy moving through this channel was seen as divine. And here's the key point. All these traditions knew that when we don't express what we truly feel or think, that vital energy gets stuck. The voice isn't just about speech, it's a subtle current, a way to bring things into being, speaking truth, whispering what's unspoken, releasing what's bottled up. This was seen as an act of inner alchemy, That knot in the throat many of us feel but don't understand was, for the ancients, a sign the energy was blocked. In the Hermetic schools around the Mediterranean, this blockage was called the soul's padlock, an energetic lock that kept the inner fire from rising to higher levels. Here's a hidden truth: if the energy doesn't rise, consciousness doesn't either. Esoteric Gnostic texts pointed out that the throat is the border between the emotional heart and the spiritual eye. If that border stays closed, the soul is split, unable to unite what it feels with what it sees. This split leads to modern spiritual struggles, saying things we don't mean, silencing what burns inside us, hiding what hurts. This kind of repression becomes a silent scream trapped in the body. In Sufi tradition, students learned to chant sacred sounds that vibrated in the throat to unblock the inner light. These weren't just chants, but vibrating breaths that lifted the veil, blocking the soul from speaking clearly. Sound was more than expression, it was healing. Around the world, Andean shamans also saw this center as the cave of the sleeping word. When someone couldn't speak their truth, they were guided with songs, fasts, and breathing exercises to find their voice again. These traditions agreed on one thing: spiritual power is unleashed when the throat's energy flows freely. You can't truly connect with yourself or the universe if what you feel stays trapped and can't flow out. So far, we've opened the door to remembrance. Now it's time for practice, because breathing, the dance between body and soul, is how the knot starts to come undone. Imagine there's an invisible river inside you. That river is your life energy. Along its path, there are subtle gates or centers that, when open, let this energy flow strong and clear. But when one of those gates shuts, like often happens in the throat, the water pools and stagnates. The result? Emotional pressure, mental fog, and feeling like you can't fully express yourself. Breathing with intention is the key that can open that gate. The throat center isn't just a spot in your body, it's an energy vortex. That's where the power of creative words lives. What's not spoken gets compressed. What's compressed gets dense. And dense energy eventually harms the body or disconnects the soul. How many times have you felt stuck emotions, unspoken words, or truths you couldn't share? They don't vanish. They wait to be released. Conscious breathing works like a delicate thread running from your roots to your throat. Each breath in is like a rope lifting from deep inside you. Each breath out is a pulse that moves through the knot, loosening it bit by bit. It's not just about breathing. It's about putting clear intention into that breath, so it travels like a beam of light right to the blocked spot. The technique is simple but powerful. Start by sitting quietly. Close your eyes. Bring your focus to the center of your throat. Don't just picture it from the outside, but imagine going inside, like entering a hollow cave right in the middle of your neck. There, see a sphere of compressed energy waiting to be released. Now slowly inhale through your nose, counting to 5. Picture the air rising from the ground like a golden stream flowing up your spine. It reaches your throat and pauses there. Hold your breath for 3 seconds, imagining that sphere of energy expanding. Then exhale through your mouth, counting to 6. And as you breathe out, picture the sphere gently turning and starting to dissolve, releasing soft wisps of blue smoke or mist. Repeat this cycle at least 7 times. With each round, feel the knot loosening, your inner voice getting ready to come out. If you want to go deeper, you can make a soft sound on the exhale, like ah or ham, letting the vibration gently massage your throat from the inside. This sound isn't random. It's a vibration designed to activate the energy center of the word. This isn't just a technique, it's a ritual of reconnecting with yourself. It's about letting go of what's been left unsaid, making room for your true voice. and sparking the energy that's been lying dormant inside your unspoken words. What's often mistaken for shyness, insecurity, or emotional blockages is really just a throat energy collapse caused by a lack of conscious expression. When we breathe with this awareness, we open an invisible door. This door lets more than just air through. It lets the soul begin to speak. The soul doesn't shout. It whispers, and we only hear it when the noise of that knot is quieted by the pure presence of breath. The knot in the throat isn't just a metaphor for emotion. It's a real sign of an unexpressed vibrational truth. From the ancient traditions of Egypt and India to the shamanic chants of the Americas, it's been understood that the human voice doesn't just communicate, it creates. Sound is vibration, and vibration shapes matter. What vibrates lives, what doesn't stagnates and fades. The throat is more than a passage for words. It's an alchemical tool. It's the bridge between inside and outside, between what we feel and what we bring into the world. But when this channel is blocked by fear, trauma, or repression, the alchemy stops. The energy doesn't rise, and like a river that can't flow, it stagnates and decays at its source. Why does this happen? Because the throat is closely connected to the heart. When we silence our feelings, we don't just block the voice, we seal off the emotional center. The result is a deep imbalance, a split between what we think, feel, and say. That's why so many people wear a mask, saying what they don't feel or hiding what they do. The energy in the throat isn't inactive. It builds up and creates pressure. This pressure can turn into anxiety, physical pain, fear of speaking, or a heavy feeling of something stuck inside that you can't quite identify. Sometimes it even messes with how we connect to others, causing misunderstandings or the sense that no one really hears us. This is where breathing becomes a practice of transformation. In esoteric traditions, each chakra has a vibrational gate, a tone that opens it. The throat's tone is Ham, and chanting it activates the communication field and helps release energy from the laryngeal center. But beyond the mantra, what really opens this gate is intention. Without intention, the sound is just noise. With intention, it becomes healing medicine. Visualizing while breathing boosts this effect. Imagine a closed blue flower inside your throat. With each inhale, you bring light from your base up to that flower. With each exhale, you let its petals open. This isn't just a poetic image, it's an energetic guide. When the mind focuses clearly, it directs the body's energy. Where your attention goes, your energy follows, and where your energy goes, change happens. It's also important to talk about what happens after the center opens. Your voice changes, not just in tone but in what you say. You stop repeating what others want to hear and start speaking your truth. And when that truth comes from a clear heart, it doesn't judge or impose. It frees, reveals, and resonates instead of shouting or echoing. This process doesn't happen overnight. It's a dance. Some days the center opens easily. Other days it may feel closed again. But each conscious breath is a step toward wholeness. Every time you choose to breathe instead of holding back emotion, you tell your body it's safe to express itself, that you don't have to hide your voice anymore. When that happens, the energy inside changes. What was once a knot becomes a channel, and through that channel, your inner power starts to speak to the world. In a noisy world, the hardest thing is learning to hear yourself. Many people feel trapped, not because they lack words, but because they've gotten used to keeping what really matters inside. That's why freeing the energy in your throat is more than just a wellness practice. It's an act of inner sovereignty. And for that, breathing is your first ally. Start with silence. The first step isn't to speak, but to quiet the outside world so you can hear the pulse of your inner world. Find a quiet spot and sit up straight. Close your eyes and focus on your throat. Don't try to change anything. Just notice. Is it tight? Do you feel pressure? Is there an emotion hiding there? Naming what you feel is the first step toward releasing it. Try a downward breathing practice. Most people breathe shallowly, only into their chest. But to open the throat channel, you need to breathe from below. Imagine inhaling from your perineum, your root center, carrying energy like a golden thread traveling up your spine all the way to your throat. Pause there. Feel it. As you exhale, picture that energy starting to gently vibrate the throat. This kind of breathing connects you with your root, your truth, and your ability to express yourself authentically. Speak out loud to yourself. It might feel small or silly, but saying your thoughts in private helps you recognize your inner voice's tone. Don't repeat what you've been told your whole life. Say what you really think and listen. Are you kind to yourself? Are you honest? This exercise sharpens your verbal energy and clears the channel so that when you do speak with others, you do it from a place of higher awareness. Use singing as a way to heal your energy. You don't have to be a good singer or have a perfect voice. It's about letting the sound flow through you. Start with a vowel like A or E. Let the sound out like a long sigh and feel how it resonates in your throat. Singing not only releases tension, but also shifts your vibrational frequency and tunes you to higher emotions. Write down what you can't say. If fear or repression still holds back your words, start by writing. Paper doesn't judge. It's your safe space for discovery. Often when writing, you find that the emotion you felt as a knot turns into words, and once named, it no longer weighs you down. Let your body be your guide. The throat doesn't get blocked on its own. Pay attention to your posture and your jaw. Are your shoulders tight? Relax them before you speak. The body is wise. It knows when you're about to lie or hold back your truth. Learn to read its signals. When your body and words align, coherence happens, and that coherence is magnetic. Remember, freeing your throat isn't about sounding prettier. It's about sounding more real. And in a world craving authenticity, your conscious voice can be the healing others need. Most of us have felt at least once that uncomfortable sensation of something stuck in our throat. It's not just a repressed emotion or an unspoken thought. It's energy waiting to be released. And in that silent waiting, we often forget that the throat isn't just a physical organ, but a bridge between what we feel and what we share with the world. When energy flows, we heal. When it's blocked, we get sick. This isn't just a poetic idea, it's a biological and energetic truth. Our ability to speak our truth plays a huge role in our physical and emotional health. Unspoken words pile up. The yes that wanted to be no, the I love you silenced by fear, the cries drowned by pride. All of these live inside the throat's knot. But we're not stuck in this invisible prison. Every breath is a key. Every deep inhale is a chance to reconnect with that sacred channel between heart and word. Because the throat isn't a container, it's a channel. Its job isn't to hold, but to transmit. Conscious breathing is the first step to freeing that flow and bringing harmony back. We've seen that simple, deeply transformative practices can guide us here. Breathing from the root, singing from the soul, writing as release, listening honestly to our inner voice. This isn't about magic tricks or secret techniques promising instant change. It's about remembering that the body holds wisdom, that energy wants to move, and that truth longs to speak through us. And when we stop holding back our truth, something powerful happens. Life starts listening. The universe responds differently. People around us notice the shift. We become creators, not reactors. Our voice stops echoing old conditioning and becomes a clear expression of the soul. This journey isn't straight or fast. It can hurt. You might feel the knot tighten just as you try to let go, but that's exactly where you need to stay. breathing into the knot, giving it space. Even blockages serve a purpose. They protect us. But when we're ready and have the right tools, we can thank them for their service and let them go. So if you've made it this far and something in this message speaks to you, don't ignore it. Your throat holds untapped treasures. Your soul wants to speak, and your body knows how to help you unleash that power. Breathe, feel, and let your voice, your real, deep, wild voice, be your medicine and your path. If this video inspired you, remember to subscribe, like, and share it with others who might need to remember their voice is sacred. What if the key to turning back time isn't found in some jar of cream, or surgery, or genetics, but in a forgotten code inside you, just waiting to be switched on? What if true aging isn't some unavoidable biological fate, but more like a program that can be rewritten by your own awareness? Just imagine for a second that everything you think you know about your body, its limits, its wear and tear, its expiration date, is really just a story passed down through generations until it became the truth you believed. But now something is shifting. Something deep, ancient, even forbidden is starting to come to light. This isn't just another health tip or a quick wellness hack. What you're about to discover is a lost roadmap that connects cutting-edge quantum science with the oldest spiritual wisdom. Knowledge that's been sealed away for centuries, whispered among initiates, and now found again by those willing to look deeper. Today, that map is opening up for you. In the sections ahead, we'll explore the hidden secret to rejuvenating your body by activating your quantum biology. You'll learn that you're not just a biological machine, but a network of frequencies, an energetic system capable of healing, growing, and renewing itself. You'll see how your thoughts, feelings, and words send direct instructions to your cells, how the vibration you give off, not the number of years you've lived, really shapes your physical condition. This journey will take us through silence, mindful breathing, electromagnetic fields, and powerful visualizations. We'll dive into ancient traditions that saw biology as only the surface, underneath which lies infinite consciousness that can reprogram everything, from meditation and healing sounds to vibrational nutrition and activating genes through thought. You'll come to understand that every part of your body is waiting for new instructions, and those instructions can start right now. This won't be a course filled with empty promises or magic tricks. It will be an awakening, because to rejuvenate doesn't just mean to look younger. It means to reignite the life force that once flowed freely through you. It means remembering your original design before fear, stress, and societal programming dimmed your light. So if you've ever felt like time is stealing your energy, that your body isn't working like it used to, that the reflection in the mirror looks tired, this message is for you. The secret hasn't been hidden because it's false, but because it's too powerful. And now the time has come for you to remember it. Are you ready to reawaken your quantum biology? In the shadowy halls of ancient Egypt, where incense filled the air and silence spoke in sacred codes, the priests already knew what we're just beginning to rediscover. The human body isn't just flesh, blood, and bone, but an electric temple, a vibratory field that, when properly activated, can defy time, heal from within, and be reborn at will. Ancient cultures didn't separate the physical from the spiritual, the material from the invisible. To them, the body was the dense extension of the soul, and its health or decline depended not on genetics alone, but on how well it aligned with the universe's sacred rhythm. This knowledge was expressed through symbols, rituals, chants, and gestures, with a purpose deeper than appearances, to keep the body's internal vibration in harmony with the source. In Indian Vedantic texts, they speak of prana, the life force that animates all matter. Tibetan lamas mastered controlling their bodies at will through tumo, an energetic practice that kept them warm in freezing conditions. In Mesoamerica, sages guarded detailed maps of the body's unseen energy points, portals connecting Earth to higher consciousness. What we might just call muscle was, to them, a channel of light rising upward. What connects all these cultures is a simple truth. The body responds to intention, not as a metaphor, but as a real biological process. Through specific techniques, these initiates knew how to activate energy that was dormant inside. They understood that every cell listens, that blood carries vibration, that DNA responds to certain frequencies. This knowledge disappeared, or was suppressed, when science started seeing the body as a machine that simply wears out. Spirituality was separated from the body. Medicine became external. Pills to block symptoms, machines to replace functions, surgery to fix mistakes. But now those lines are starting to fade. Quantum physics, in its own way, supports what the ancient sages whispered all along. Particles behave differently when observed. Probabilities shift. Reality changes with attention. New neuroscience is beginning to confirm that the mind changes the body, that emotions affect cells, that intention reshapes structures. Quantum biology isn't a trend. It's the modern language explaining an ancient miracle. You can regenerate because what's damaged can be healed, what ages can be renewed, and what you thought was set in stone can be rewritten with the right key. Cultures brave enough to look within have known this forever. They didn't need labs, just presence, no devices, just ritual. They didn't see the body as something to control, but as a sacred partner waiting to be awakened. Today, by reconnecting with this forgotten wisdom, we see that what's called a miracle is really ancient spiritual technology hidden in symbols, myths, and stories. And now, finally, ready to be remembered. Your body has never forgotten you. It's just waiting for you to remember it. Imagine for a moment that your body isn't just a biological machine, but a conscious network of light capable of self-adjustment, of receiving codes, of activating higher functions. Imagine every cell not only doing its physical job, but also vibrating, listening, and responding to the electromagnetic field you create with your thoughts, emotions, and intentions. This isn't some esoteric fantasy. It's the real foundation of what we call quantumbiology, the new frontier of human understanding where science and spirit, matter and energy, body and field all come together. At the core of this idea is a secret that's been kept quiet for centuries. You can actually rewrite your body from the inside out. The key is realizing that the human body isn't fixed, but a dynamic system built for constant renewal. Your skin cells, organ cells, blood cells, they're all regenerating all the time. But what no one tells you is that this renewal can be guided, sped up, and even transformed once you understand how consciousness, your internal electromagnetic field, and focused intention work together. Parts of your biology, the pineal gland, thymus, mitochondria, have abilities beyond what traditional science tends to accept. They act like quantum antennas, tuning into the energy you take in and send out. They're bioenergetic gateways, but none of this happens without your conscious involvement. Your body responds to the commands of your soul, but those commands only take effect when they're clear, intentional, and coherent. This is where your internal electromagnetic field comes in, a real measurable field you're constantly generating, and it's the framework where your body's processes are mapped. That field isn't just your heartbeat or brain activity, it's built and strengthened through specific practices, deep, focused breathing aimed at key parts of your body, harmonic chanting that vibrates through your cavities, sustained visualizations with living intention, and elevated emotions like gratitude, trust, and certainty. When you put all these pieces together, you create what some sages called the atmosphere of the miracle, an internal environment where your cells start remembering their original design, not the one altered by stress, trauma, or outside programming, but the one encoded in the divine geometry of your DNA. DNA isn't a passive storage device. It's a vibratory instrument sensitive to frequencies. When exposed to certain vibrations, like the sound of a human voice filled with high intention, specific strands of DNA unwind and activate. That's where biological reprogramming begins. The results? Regeneration, mental clarity, less inflammation, a stronger immune system, and cellular rejuvenation. But none of this comes from outside you. It comes from your alignment with the power at your core. Activating your quantum biology isn't about flipping a magic switch. It's about building an honest, ongoing conversation between your soul and your body. It's telling your body, I'm ready to shine from within. Let's rewrite the story. And the amazing thing is, once you do, your body responds. Not out of blind obedience, but because it's been waiting for that signal to become what it was made to be. A radiant instrument serving your spirit. In ancient wisdom schools, they taught that the human body is like a living temple. Not just a home for the soul, but a temple that responds to the soul. That distinction matters. Modern medicine sees the body as a biological machine bound to wear out. But the oldest tradition saw the body more like a smart crystal. It absorbs, emits, reacts, and programs. Quantum biology takes this further. We're not made of flesh blocks. We're made of vibratory fields that take shape. Matter, at its core, is organized energy. And when you change that organization, you change your body. That's what happens when we unlock the healing, rejuvenating power inside us. So, what's the spark? What really tips quantum biology in your favor? Language, not spoken language, but the language of frequencies. Your body, like a vast orchestra, listens to vibrations coming from inside and outside you. Here's the key. Every thought is a vibration, every emotion an electromagnetic wave, and every word spoken with intention is a bioenergetic command. When you speak from fear, your field tightens. When you feel deep gratitude, it expands. When you breathe from your center with full awareness, your field steadies and starts resonating with harmony. These are perfect conditions for regeneration. Also, there are spots on your body that act like bio-quantum switches. The solar plexus, thymus, base of the spine, and pineal gland. These are high-sensitivity energy centers. When you work with them consciously through movement, sound, visualization, or breath, you trigger responses that go beyond the physical. Coherent energy pulses spark cellular repair, tissue renewal, and immune boosts. A great example is the observer effect in quantum physics. Subatomic particles change their behavior when observed. Now imagine applying that to your body. If you focus healing intention on a sick area, you cause a real shift in its energy. That part starts to reorganize because you're coming from vibrational awareness, not judgment or fear. And you don't have to understand all the quantum math for this to work. What matters is presence. Energy follows attention. Wherever you place your awareness, you bring light, and where you bring light, your biology responds. Here's another deep principle: coherence. When your mind thinks one thing, your heart feels something else, and your body acts differently, there's no real creative power. But when your thoughts, feelings, and actions line up with one clear goal, like healing or rejuvenation, they create powerful resonance. That resonance builds coherence, and coherence is the fertile ground where quantum activation takes off. So every body practice needs clear intention behind it. Moving mechanically isn't enough. There needs to be an internal message. I'm activating the light that renews me. My body remembers its original design. Energy flows freely and transforms me. These aren't just positive thoughts. They're vibrational commands reshaping your field, because the field is the source and the body is its expression. Are you ready for your body's matter to respond to the symphony of your soul? Understanding that your body is an energy field, sensitive to every thought, emotion, and intention you put out is not just a spiritual insight, it's a practical responsibility. Activating your quantum biology, that subtle potential that restructures cells, heals tissues, and lights up your soul, doesn't happen as some sudden mystical flash. It's an art you cultivate every day. Here's how you can start. 1. Take charge of your inner story. Every day, every hour, your mind runs automatic thoughts, mostly leftover fears, judgments, and memories vibrating at low energy. To activate your quantum biology, you have to change that inner tone. Just repeating empty affirmations won't cut it. Your body knows better than that. You need to feel those words, live them, breathe them. When you wake up, before opening your eyes fully, put one hand on your heart and the other on your belly. Take a deep breath and sincerely say, "Today I choose to align my energy with my original design. I am living light. My body is a temple that responds to my consciousness." Doing this simple practice regularly tunes your magnetic field for the day, like tuning an instrument before a symphony. 2. Move with awareness. How you walk, sit, breathe, or eat can either help or hurt you. Rushed, sloppy, or distracted movements break up your energy field. But moving with presence calms your nervous system, lowers your brain waves to more coherent patterns, and triggers your body's quantum healing powers. Try spiral breathing. Inhale, imagining energy spiraling up from your spine base to the crown of your head. Exhale, feeling that same light flow down, bathing every organ and cell. Do this for 3 minutes each morning and night. It balances your body and soul and awakens hidden memories in your DNA. 3. Watch what you take in, not just food. Pay attention to what you absorb through your eyes, ears, and emotions. Violent images, negative words, harsh music, all these pull your vibration down. Choose books, sounds, colors, and conversations that lift your energy. Beauty is quantum medicine. 4. Reconnect with silence. We live overstimulated, lost in information overload that drains the soul. But in deep silence, your energy reorganizes. Spend at least 10 minutes a day with your eyes closed, cutting out all distractions, and just listen inwardly. Don't do anything else, just listen. A quiet transformation happens. Your field cleanses, your organs rest, and your body returns to its natural healing intelligence. 5. Connect with a higher purpose. Your body won't truly rejuvenate through random techniques if you don't have a clear reason why. Purpose is the soul of energy. Ask yourself, why do I want to heal? Why do I want to stay young and vital? What greater gift do I want to offer the world with this renewed energy? When your intention lines up with a higher purpose, creating, loving, serving, awakening, your body responds with gratitude. That gratitude becomes living medicine flowing through your veins, bones, and aura. You don't have to be a scientist to activate quantum biology. You just need to remember who you really are. A channel between heaven and earth, a light antenna transforming reality from within. Behind every cell, every vibration, every electric impulse, there's a living field of information. You may have forgotten, but you're still its keeper. Quantum biology isn't some futuristic promise or spiritual fantasy. It's an ancient truth, whispered from Egyptian temples to Himalayan caves, now waking up in the hearts of those who want more than just to exist, who want to truly live. What you've found on this journey is more than a technique. You've glimpsed both a fresh and ancient way to inhabit your body. No longer just a vessel doomed to age, but a temple that responds to your consciousness. A regenerative field awakened when treated as a sacred partner, not a machine. Your body is the soil where your divinity grows. You don't need to search for eternity elsewhere. You carry it right here, woven into your nervous system, in the silent music of your organs, in the magnetic field around you when you live in harmony. Every elevated thought you hold, every emotion you transform, every breath you take with intention rewires your vibrational blueprint. But this powerful knowledge requires more than just understanding. It calls for loving practice and daily attention. Just like a fire needs fuel to burn, your energy field needs nourishment, not from fear, but from devotion. From that sacred place where you know your well-being isn't just yours. By raising yourself, you raise the whole. Rejuvenation isn't just about looking young again. It's about reclaiming lost harmony, returning to the original design life gave you before the noise of the world scrambled your circuits. And that return is possible, because deep inside your biology, the melody of your truth still sings. It just needs to be turned on. This is more than an invitation to care for your body. It's a call to inhabit it like a priest in a temple, to listen to it like a sage to an oracle, to celebrate it like an artist with a masterpiece, because that's exactly what you are. An electromagnetic masterpiece, a living symphony of light. Now that you know this, the question isn't whether you can rejuvenate, but whether you're ready to become the conscious guardian of your quantum field. If this message has touched you, if it's awakened something inside, I invite you to spread this light. Share this video with those who need to remember their power, and subscribe to the channel so we can keep exploring the mysteries that transform, because this is just the beginning. And remember, you're not made of matter alone. You're made of intention, light, and living consciousness. The greatest miracle isn't just that you can heal, it's that you can remember.